Hello and welcome to GBR. Today we race with the guys from the MRC in the GTTCC Season 20. This is the Elite Division, so second division for the league. This is round 2, race 1. As you can see, we are at Blue Moon Bay Speedway. This is infield A reverse. For obviously half an hour of racing, and after 15 minutes on for qualifying, we have Raffo in the Citroen in first place. In second we have JRC in another Citroen. In third we have Judge in the Renault. In fourth place we have Bazza in the Citroen. Citroen seems to be quite strong here, 3 of the top 4. In fifth place we have Phil in the Lambo. I believe right. No, Phil did race last week. In sixth place we have Pilgrim in another Citroen. In 7th we have The Crow in the VW. In 8th place we have Brucey in the McLaren. In 9th place we have the Muffin Man in another Citroen. In 10th we have Mark Schumacher. He missed round 1, but he's here for round 2. He's in the Lambo. In 11th place we have Golden Brownie in the Porsche, and in 12th place we have Digi in the Aston Martin. Digi didn't race last week either, so first round for him. So let's get these guys underway for 30 minutes of racing. We'll jump to the front. And away we go. Nearly away we go. Lights, 5 lights, and now we are away at Blue Moon and down towards the long turn 1. Right-hander. Raffo looks like he's keeping. It's Judge. Oh, Judge is to the left-hand side. Judge has got a brilliant drive off the start-finish line as they all sweep round turn 1 into nearly a 90-degree right-hander again. At the end of that, it looks like everyone's got through cleanly. We're going 4 wides coming in to the third corner. Double hairpin there. And Brucey's been pushed down to the back at the moment, but JRC round the outside of Raffo. Into the lead goes JRC. So that looks like there's 3 Citroens there. Bazza just getting past Judge as well, so we've got 3 Citroens, first, second and third. Pilgrim there in 5th place as well, and another Citroen. Really try and make it a 4 at the front. Golden Brownie there in 6th, just scraping the wall. That's going to allow Muffin Man to get up the inside into the last corner, and he does so. The Citroens seem to be very dominant at the moment around this track. I think that's all 5 of them in the top 6 spaces, only Judge being the oddball ball out of all of them. But making that Renault work is Judge. And Pilgrim, is he looking up the inside of Judge? No, he's not. He's going to back out of it into turn 2. And up towards turn 3 we go. Looks like they're all kind of just keeping an eye with marks going up the inside of Phil. In through turn 3, the 2 Lambos side by side. And now we've got the left-hand hairpin. And Phil has been able to keep ahead of Mark there. And Digi and Brucey battling at the back there as well. Not much Brucey can do through this infield section. It's quite tight, really. It's a wide track, but there's only really one line. It looks like, who's that going wide? It was Phil. So it's going to allow Digi and potentially Brucey to get past Phil into the last corner. Phil has dropped down to last place now. So we've got a long way to go, half an hour race. We're only 2.5 minutes in so far, but JRC looks like he's pulling away there, but Bazza and Raffo going side by side in through turn 1. Bazza snuck up into second place. So that's going to allow them to batten a little bit. JRC just to put away a little bit more. Not like he needs the gap, he's already pulled over a second, I would say, between the two. Just a little bit of a contact between Bazza and Raffo, but nothing to worry about there. It's just a little bit of racing contact. Pilgrim 4th, Judge 5th, Golden Brownie 6th, Muffin Man 7th, Crow 8th, Mark 9th, Digi 10th, Brucey 11th, and Phil 12th as they come through the left-hand hairpin for the third time. But JRC looks like he's trying to check out early doors and break that toe between him and the guys behind. What did he do? 1 minute 12.3, so he's pulled out 7 tenths in just the first flying lap. Bazza there holding off Raffo. Will Raffo now try for the drive down the main straight? Will jump on board with Raffo in the spaceship. He's going to the right, or Bazza up the inside. Give us a wave, Bazza. In towards turn 1 we go. And that's Raffo up to second place now. So does hold on, runs a little bit wide on the exit of turn 2. I think Bazza followed suit there as well. But these two swapping positions each lap at the moment. Pilgrim's just going to sit there behind. Now he's got past Judge. So it's top 4 for the Citroens at the moment. So Judge just dropping back. What's the front runners on softs? Bazza's on the mediums at the front. Pilgrim softs, Judges on mediums. So that's probably why Judge is just dropping off from these guys at the moment. But when their tyre wear starts to kick in, we'll be reaping the benefits. Obviously, he'll probably have Bazza to contend with, because he's the one up in front on the mediums as well. Golden Brownie mediums up front as well. Muffin Man on the softs. Mark works his way up to 8th place. He's on mediums front. Crow is on the softs. Digi on the softs. Phil on softs, and Brucey at the back, playing the long game. So I know Brucey will do. He's on the mediums. Looks like we're going. Mark. No, the Crow's got past Mark. Down through turn 1. Now he's having to defend into turn 3 now. Oh, Mark, obviously it's a long way round, but you can get the power on if you're on the outside and try and keep up for the apex of technically turn 5. The hairpin. The Crow's tried the old switcheroo. Ready to have the drive coming up to the left hand kink. No, he won't. He will just slot in behind Mark there through that little left hand kink. But Mark went deep, and that's allowed Crow to go through. And now Mark's under pressure from Phil. I don't know who that was behind. It was either it was Brucey behind going into the barrier. But Mark and Phil going side by side coming into the last corner. Mark's tried the old switcheroo. So double switcheroo there for 1 lap with Mark. He's just kept ahead of Phil at the moment. As you can see on that track map, look how far JRC's already pulled out over Raffo. Let's have a look to see what the timing is. 4 seconds already after just 5 laps. So JRC has really clicked with this track as we start to now head into the darkness, with the slate race being set for twilight. Doesn't take it long to get to pitch black. That tyre wear has really started to kick in for JRC and Raffo. Bazza, not like he's even done a lap on the fronts anyway. The rears are taking a little bit, but nothing to worry about. Pilgrim there looks like he's just hit into the wall coming into the last corner, but following Bazza. really try and get past. I think he was a bit too far away coming down the main straight. But he is going to be in Bazza's slipstream, but I think Bazza is he in Rafo's slipstream? Probably just on the edges. So that'd be the tyre wear between the two of the mediums and the softs. That's why Bazza's probably dropping off the back of Rafo. Same with Judge as well. Muffin Man and Golden Brownie going side by side. Golden Brownie going for a cut back up towards turn 3. Really keep it ahead of Muffin Man. Gives him racing room on the exit. Now Muffin Man will be on the inside. Oh, gets a little bit tail happy, nearly takes out Golden Brownie. But in doing so, that's met the Crow. Get up the inside. Now the Crow will be really try and keep it there, coming into the left-hand kink. He will get past Muffin Man, so that's Crow up to 7th place now. He dropped a couple of places at the beginning of the race. That's just due to the slow start from the Scirocco. Nothing he can do about that, but Mark there at the back, just creeping up to the back of these two there as they're fighting through the infield. And we know that Lambo is fairly quick in a straight line. Yeah, these three go along with 7th, 8th and 9th. Giving Golden a little bit of breathing room just up ahead of Crow, not too much. Now that the Crow has got himself into the groove. But Mark there not been able to make any inroads on the Muffin Man. I think that was just due to the slipstream that the Crow was giving Muffin Man. Brucey there in 10th place, and Phil in 11th. We've already lost Digi, not sure why. Back to the front, JRC setting pretty decent lap times. Bit of an anomaly for lap 6 there, 1:13.4, but the rest of the time in mid 1:12s. These guys behind are in the 13s. Most laps, no one's got into the 12s yet from the top 5. Well, yeah, top 5 apart from obviously JRC. But it looks like Pilgrim's just dropped off the back of Bazza, and Judge is hanging on in that slipstream. But look at the tail wear for Pilgrim. I'd say he's probably used about 30% already. Yeah, for Pilgrim, sorry. In 10 minutes of racing, so he's going to have to look after them tyres a bit more if he doesn't want to stop. Judge there, his tyres are all the same as Bazza's, hardly even touched. Yep. Rafo is the same as well. He's used a fair bit of tyre wear. JRC hasn't used as much as of yet, so hopefully he'll be able to make his tyres last. But Rafo and Pilgrim struggling, it looks like, a little bit on to make it to the end of the race or tyre wear. I think the guys on the mediums on the fronts won't have an issue. Bazza looks like he's caught up to Rafo this lap. Rafo might have had a few bad little corners. Bazza doing well here at Blue Moon. Oh, both of them hitting the ball on the exit, very wide exit for them two. Yeah, Bazza's definitely going to be in Rafo's slipstream now, pulled away from Pilgrim, so that tyre wear probably kicking in now for Pilgrim. He had a couple laps at the beginning, and now it's starting to really hurt, especially with Judge just behind him. Golden Brownie there in 6th place, got a bit of a gap, but they're going too wide through turn 1. Mark's gone up the inside of Crow. Crow's having to defend from Muffin Man and try to attack Mark at the same time. Not an easy task to be dealt with. Mark's gone defensive into turn 3. Crow's had to follow suit to stop Muffin Man from getting past, and I was having to go defensive in turn 5. And Crow's been able to deal with that really well. And Brucey and Phil just behind these 3 as well. So with them all fighting, they're not able to pull away. So really got a 5-way battle here for 7th place as they come through the penultimate corner back onto the oval or tri-oval circuit, and round Oh, Crow's gone deep. Muffin Man snuck the chance and went straight up the inside, but you know the Scirocco also is quick. So will the Crow have the drive to get past Muffin Man down the straight? Looks like he is closing in to the back end of Muffin Man. It looks like he's just going to sit behind as they go through turn 1. Will he go for the move? No, he won't. Into turn 2. He will just stick behind. He's got a brilliant drive coming out of turn 2 up towards turn 3. Crow goes up the inside. Oh, Muffin Man. Great action here throughout the field. Just JRC wants to not be in the action and just get away with it and lead the race from the beginning. And now Brucey is getting in on the action just behind Muffin Man. Will Brucey have a look up the inside before the kink? He is only looking, but I think he's just going to stick behind and wait for the start-finish straight. Or a little tap on the wall from someone maybe could give you that place to the guy in front. Looked like the Crow had a little bit of a slow entry there, so it's now Muffin Man to get around the outside of the Crow as they head down the start-finish straight for the 11th time. But will the Muffin Man be able to get past Crow? No, he won't. That Scirocco just having a bit too much speed down the main straight compared to the Citroen. But Muffin Man's been able to sneak it up the inside into turn 2. He's gone deep. That's what Brucey was waiting for, just a little mistake, and he's going to nip up in the inside. Brucey up to 9th place now. Phil must have had a bad lap 11. Oh. With a 1:28, he's really dropped off the back of the pack now. There's Phil. But all you've got to do is finish the race and you'll get points. Back to the front, JRC. Absolute dominant so far. He's just dropped into the 13s now. Just with that tyre wear kicking in a bit more. But he's nearly halfway of the race. And he's got more than half of his tyres left. So should be okay. Raffo, his tyres are well over halfway. And we've still got half the race to go, so Raffo's going to be struggling now by the looks of it to make it to the end without having to pit. Baza there on the mediums really doing well. So it's the risk reward that Raffo has gone for doesn't seem to be paying off like it did round 1, race 1. He preserved them tyres and used them at the end when everyone else has started to really drop off. Raffo's been struggling. Judge in 4th. He's got past Pilgrim, so Pilgrim's also in the same predicament as Raffo. And just now starting to drop off the pace. With them worn tyres. Golden Brownie in 6th. He's got Mark Schumacher up behind him. So Mark's been able to close that gap between Crow and Golden Brownie. And now putting the pressure on that Porsche. Really try for the move down to turn 1. Let's have a look. It looks like Brucey's he's still just right behind the Crow. I just don't think that McLaren's got the speed down the main straight. Mark, will he be able to get past Golden Brownie into turn 1? I think he's a bit too far away at the moment. And go back, Brucey. Yeah, oh, he's gone up the inside. Brucey's gone for the move up the inside of Crow. That's the best chance to make the move. Runs Crow right to the edge of the track. Not giving him any more racing track than he would require. That's Brucey up to 8th place now. So Brucey was down to 12th at the beginning of the race, so he is working his way through the field. On them mediums, as you can see there, Crow's really struggling now on them soft tyres. Being a front wheel drive car will punish them a little bit more if you abuse them. Mark there, right up the inside of Golden Brownie. Oh, thought he was going to try and make the move there. Coming into the last corner, Golden Brownie gets it a little bit deep. Mark goes straight up the inside. Oh no. Mark will probably be able to just pull away in that Lambo. Going defensive from the beginning of this main straight. Looks like in the background Brucey's been able to just keep that gap ahead of Crow. So Mark up to 6th place now. He's also making his way through the field as they come through turn 2. Brucey just kept it ahead of Crow, running it out wide onto the grass. Don't want to be doing that too much, you get dirty tyres and quite hard to scrub them off around this track. Muffin Man there in 10th place. Sort of just kind of gone backwards from the beginning. He started quite well. And everyone's been able to use their medium tyres to their advantage and get past the guys on the softs. Field in 11th still. JRC. Let's do a quick lap guide with the Citroen at Blue Moon. I can see that Raffo and Bazza are close as well, so I'll keep an eye on that. But into turn 1 should be flat out until about halfway, and then you just got to start letting off, and then you hit the brakes, drop it down a couple gears, cut as much of this curve as you can, and blast it back up towards turn 3, which is a double apex hairpin. Get it nicely slowed down, boot out of there in towards the left hand hairpin of turn 5. As wide as you can, getting into it, hitting that apex nicely there, and then blasting out. And then we've got a slight little right kink here, nothing to worry about, still flat out. And then we've got this left hand kink towards the tri-oval part we go. Slow down a lot more than you think for that corner, and then get as wide as you can as you come onto the tri-oval. Lovely line there from JRC, and then we drop down into the last corner, that bump coming in, that's what's unsettled a lot of the cars, and then the bump coming out as well, and then on to the start finish straight again. So a nice quick lap, just a 1:13 there from JRC, but I have noticed that Bazzo got past Raffo, so where did that happen? I will jump forward once he has made the overtake. As he comes down towards turn 1, Bazzo just nips up the inside of Raffo and gets that place, gets into 2nd spot for Bazzo. Raffo looks like he's going to come back in towards turn 3. No, Raffo thinks better of it and decides to brake a little bit earlier. So that's Bazzo into 2nd place now, back to where we were. The judge has now been able to catch up to Raffo's tyres. Probably only got another 2 or 3 laps in them, really not much left. Judge has just been able to pull to the inside of that Citroen and just blitz up the inside. Down towards turn 2 we go. Judge has kept that one nicely just ahead of Raffo. Raffo's going to look again at Judge, but brakes early, same as he did the lap before. So Raffo's dropped a couple of places now in the last couple of laps. Pilgrim, he's got Mark and Golden up the inside. They're going to go 3 wide on the exit of turn 3. Turn 4, Golden Brownie's switched on Pilgrim and nipped up the inside. And Pilgrim's gone off. Was there a touch between Golden and Pilgrim? Let's have a little look back. Let's jump to chase cam. You see Golden just goes up the inside. There was a touch, not much Golden could do on the inside there. Pilgrim just lit it up a bit too early by the looks of it, and ended up into Barrier, flashing his headlights, probably not too happy, thinking there was contact. But we'll let the stewards decide if anything comes of that one. So that's promoted Mark, Golden and Brucey up a place. Brucey up to 7th now. And he's now got Golden Brownie, Infinity teammate, up ahead of him. Pilgrim's dropped down to 10th place now. The Crow just going up the inside of Pilgrim, squeezing into that wall. They didn't touch the wall, they didn't touch Raffo, who's coming to the pit. I've just noticed that. They've all this fighting at the back of the pack. So Raffo couldn't do any more laps on them tyres. I think the Crow's going to be struggling as well. Same as Pilgrim. Rafo's just coming out of the pit now, just ahead of Phil, but lets Phil go. Doesn't want to hamper Phil into turn 1. So we'll see how Rafo goes with the half a tank of fuel. He's got 8 minutes, just over 8 minutes, on a nice fresh set of softs. See where he can get up to. Obviously he's got a bit of a gap between Pilgrim and Phil to catch up to, but Phil's been setting some decent lap times. After that incident that he had, everyone's been struggling in the 14s and 15s, and Phil's been doing it constantly in the 13s. Where's Brucey? Brucey's got past Golden Brownie. I missed that one. It's all action packed at the moment. So Brucey up to 5th place currently. Mark, let's have a look at tyres for JRC. JRC should be fine. He's just over halfway with 7 minutes to go. I think he will be fine to get to the end of the race. On them tyres, obviously we know Bazza, Judge, Mark, Brucey, Golden, they're all on the mediums, so they won't have to worry about their tyres at all. But Judge is closing in on Bazza, so this could be a battle to that second spot on the podium between these two. We know that Renault's got some pace in the hands of Judge as we come round to the last couple corners to finish that 19. Mark there just ahead of Brucey. They're quite a bit of a distance. Look at the gap between first, second and third, and then third to fourth. There's quite a bit of gap, and then from 4th back down to where we are, the Crow in 8th place. They're all fairly tight, they're all going through the last corner as we speak. But I do believe Muffin Man, the Crow may end up having to pit unless they can just slowly stretch their tyres out to the end of the race. But Brucey looks like is he catching up to Mark? He is. Very slowly, but he is catching. Loving that wide line is Brucey through the exit of turn 2. Turn 4 down towards turn 5, left hand hairpin. So between Mark and Brucey and Judge and Bazza, it's probably the only battles on track we've got at the moment. Looking at the track map, who's that that's right at the back? It's Pilgrim. Pilgrim's just pitted, I missed that. Pitted on lap 17 it looks like. So going setting his first fastest sector in the first bit. So let's see how Phil gets on, Pilgrim gets on, but I think it was a bit too late for the pit stop, only 5 minutes to go. I don't think he's going to catch up to the back of Phil now, but Rafo has been able to get them softs fired up straight away. Set his personal best, 3 tenths off JRC's purple lap so far. Will Rafo go quicker this time round? No, he won't. A couple of attempts from his fastest. But he hasn't got... Crow's not too far ahead of him. I think Crow is now really struggling on them softs to make it round, especially turn 1, turn 2. And possibly the last couple of corners as well. Muffin Man's just dropped off the back of Golden Brownie. Brucey's got past Mark. So how did Brucey get past Mark? Sorry, I missed that one. Oh, Mark smashed it into the wall. Brucey went between the wall and the car. McLaren sized gap opened up for Brucey and slipped his way past Mark. Where were we? Here we were here. So that's Brucey up to 4th place. So an incredible recovery drive there for Brucey. Started I think 8th or 9th, dropped down to 12th. When Didier was in the room, and now back up to 4th place. So it's an incredible drive there for Brucey. He's got too much to go now to try and catch up to Judge and Bazza. The front 3 have just been in a league of their own. Obviously Rafo was as well until we had to make that pit. JRC, yeah, his tyres will be good for the rest of the race. Buzzer still having to defend off Judge, who is behind. They are setting pretty similar lap times. Yeah, there's nothing between them. A tenth here or there. Judge just sticking it behind, not making any silly mistakes towards Buzzer. We've got a yellow flag. Who's the yellow flag for? Is it JRC? It is JRC. What's happened with JRC, the race leader? Let's jump on board. What did he do? Just touched the grass on the outside. You can see the guys there just across the barrier. And here they come round that turn 5. So that's going to allow Buzzer and Judge to really catch up now to JRC. When he thought it was in the bag, he had only a couple of laps to go just to bring it home. He's now going to have to defend Buzzer and Judge making the attack. He's got front end damage, which shouldn't hamper him too much as long as that repairs before the main straight. But now this has made it a three-way fight for the lead. Yeah, his damage has just repaired as he comes around the last corner, so he should be good to not lose any speed now down the main straight, but potentially have a little bit of dirt on his tyres. Will be hot. 9 seconds off that lap, so that's how much of a lap gap he had. He had about a 10-second lead over Buzzer and Judge, but as I say, a three-way fight now for first place. Judge having a nice and close up the rear end of Buzzer, goes to the inside of Buzzer. Buzzer's going to have to hang it round the outside now, or would he try for the old cutback? No, he will try and hang it round the outside. But these two battling's going to allow JRC to pull away a little bit. I think Judge has seen the chance of a victory and really wants to push on, but that's just given JRC a nice little buffer to the front end of Buzzer's car as they come through the infield once again. The Judge looking this way and that, just trying to get past Buzzer. He probably thinks, I am quicker than you, Buzzer, I can try and get the win, but then you've got a big orange French spaceship in your way. It's hard to get past. I've noticed Golden Brownie's got ahead of Mark as well now. Golden Brownie's tyres are starting to wear quite a bit. Oh, he's gone wide as Golden Brownie. Mark's gone up the inside. Now it's going to be a drag race down the start-finish straight between Golden Brownie and Mark. This was the last lap. Mark would have just had it, I believe. And we've got, I think, one more lap to go. Oh no, we've got 2 more laps to go by the looks of it. Mark gets back up to 5th place now. And Muffin Man there in 7th. Raffo's got himself up to 8th, so he has got past Crow. And Crow has got Phil up behind him. These two both on pretty dead front lefts. It's whoever can make them last for the last lap or 2. It looks like Phil's going up the inside of Crow to nick that 9th place off the VW driver. And Pilgrim there is just not going to be able to close that gap up with that late pit stop that he had. But back to the front, as they will get another lap. We've got 30 seconds to go as they're coming across the start finish line, so this will be their last lap. Buzzer there, he's got Judge sniffing his exhaust fumes as they go down the start finish straight for the last time into turn 1. Judge goes up the inside. He's really trying to make that move past Buzzer, but Buzzer just really keep ahead of him. They're side by side as they come up to turn 3. Judge just pulls in behind. This is an epic battle for the last lap, but all this battling has just allowed JRC just to pull away. I will just remember where they are on track. I will jump back because we have had guys that finish the race now. Looks like Raffo just got across the line in time, but Phil will come across to finish in 9th place. The Crow will finish in 10th place. And around the last corner, keep doing that, will be Pilgrim in the situation. So we'll start on pole for the first race, which will be uploaded after this. for the tank sapper there. Let's jump back to where we were. It's only 10 seconds lost, but Bazza pulled a little bit of a gap now over Judge. If they can keep it this way, that will mean that JRC will make the win, as long as he's got down the last corner without any mistakes. Looks like he will. He's done it for 25 laps and only made, well, he's made one mistake, but it was a mistake that he could make, having such a big gap. But JRC will come across to finish in first place for race 1, round 2. Bazza just holds on to second place ahead of Judge in third place. Brucey, their credible comeback drive to come across the line in fourth place for Brucey. Well done, Brucey. Mark will finish in fifth place. Golden Brownie just holds off Muffin Man for sixth. Muffin Man finishes in seventh, and Raffo finishes in eighth. That is race 1 done for round 2. Obviously, if you enjoyed the content, hit that like button. Maybe hit subscribe to see more content in the future. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.